really small, but I'm just telling you how I structure things. I don't care how you structure it. I'm not going to be going and looking at your computer. You should know how it's structured. You should know how to work with folders or directories and files. Those are very basic things walking into the class. So again, these are not things I want to spend time on. But I have a folder called Intro HTML. And in there, I'm going to create a file and I'm going to just call it index.html. Index.html. Make sure you spell it exactly the way I'm doing it. I'm unable to zoom in any more than what I have right now. It sometimes may be difficult for you to see. I'll try to see if, no, I am able to do it. Okay. So just focus on this one. I created a new file called index.html. And I'm going to zoom out. So this file, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to create a very, I really hate this GitHub, and like Microsoft is always trying to sell you, and this is by a Microsoft product, onto these things, a lot of which is useless. Okay, so I'm going to create a very basic HTML page. So an HTML page consists of HTML at the top, then it has a head, and then it has a body section. So this is the skeleton of a website. Any website, it's always HTML at the top, and then two sections, a head section and a body section. And I want you to notice a few things, that when we open something, we close it with a forward slash. We open up head, then we closed it with a forward slash. Body, and we closed it. So whenever we have these tags, HTML tags, most of the time we need to close them. There are a few tags which are self-closing, and we'll talk about that, but 99% of the times you have to close them yourself. So this environment that we are in, VS Code, if you do need to get yourself a little bit more comfortable, familiar, just go to YouTube and look up an introductory video on VS Code. So if you're not fully comfortable with what we're doing, that's what I recommend that you do. If you need any extra help using this particular environment, but it's not much to it. And by the way, I customized it. I got rid of this Copilot. Just takes up space. I went up here. I got rid of it. I usually like a dark theme. So I made some changes which may be different than yours. All you have to do is Google these things, use an AI agent like ChatGPT. It will guide you step by step on how to customize this particular environment for yourself. and I've done that myself. In the head section, I'm going to just add what's called a title. And I'm going to call it Accounting 343 in the title. And in the body section, I'm going to add a heading, which is a little bit different than head. And in the heading, I will just say computer applications in accounting. And I'm also going to have a paragraph. And for the paragraph, what I'm going to do is go to the website. And let's go in here. Student success. Again, you don't need to go in or do anything like this. I'm just trying to grab some text. And this is good. I just need to have some text. You can get it from anywhere that you want. I don't care. But I just needed to put some text in here. So I just grabbed it from the Queen's College website, just something, anything. Now I want you to keep a couple of things in mind. Whenever we are doing HTML, white space does not matter. So like right here, if I did this, that's okay. If I did this, that's okay. When the web browser will display this page, it takes away all this extra white space. It ignores it. So what I have up here is perfectly fine as far as a web browser is concerned. And again, you don't necessarily have to have this code in right now, but just the basic structure. And what I'm going to be doing is showing you this as a website. So just don't do anything, wait, and just bear with me for a minute because I have stuff in here that I'm trying to uninstall. And to make sure I have some stuff installed. Okay, so I'm just, again, ignore what I'm doing. So I want to see this, and you will not be able to see this just yet on your own computer. But I'm going to be able to see this by and Zoom is interfering with my material. So give me a minute. So I'm going to open with something called live server, which you do not have at this point. And you should be able to see this website. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. things that I want you to be aware of. This was H1, Computer Applications in Accounting. Then some paragraph that I copied and pasted. And when you're looking at this paragraph, you'll notice that white space has been removed. It's no longer the way it was originally. I've just removed the white space automatically. I didn't do it. The browser will automatically do it. And I want you to notice the title is here. The title is all the way at the top. What goes on the tab? On the tab, it says Accounting 343. That's the title. Now, for you to be able to do what I just did, you need to have installed on your computer what's called an extension. So right here, come to the left and look up here. It says extensions. And I want you to click on it, and I want you to look up an extension called Live Server. And it's by somebody named Ritwik Day. Click on it, and I want you to install it. I don't want to uninstall mine. I want you to install it. So in here, you're going to install Live Server extension by Ritwik Day. I'm going to be messaging everybody on this one. So mine is already installed. So once you have this extension installed, all you do is go to your HTML page, and I'm going to right click on it, and there's an option, open it with Live Server. And I want you to click open with Live Server, and it will open up in your default browser, and you'll be able to see it. Raise your hands to let me know that you're able to see your website. The paragraph doesn't have to be the same, but just let me know that you're up to this point. Samantha, Mac also has it. It's a VS Code extension. So it's not just for Windows. Mac should have it because I have seen people use it. So to get it running, once you're in this, you right click and you will see an option there, open with Live Server. Once it's been installed, anyone on a Mac that is having trouble with the extension, message me. Or if you found it. And for you to search for it, you go on the left where it says extension and search for it. All right. Others on Mac, let me know, because I want to, with technology, things change all the time. It is possible they stop, maintaining it for Mac. I've not had that issue before. I've been using it for years and years. Okay, so Samantha, you now found it. Make sure you have installed it. Once you have installed it, you will need to do the equivalent of right click on Mac, which again, I'm not quite sure. You may have to do command something. I'm not sure. But whatever, is the opposite of right click, you need to do that and you should see something. If you do not, open up any of the AI tools, ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, and ask it. So for me, if I was doing that, I could go into Gemini, for example. And then I'm gonna click new chat. Um, so on Mac, how do you use Live Server? By Ritwik Day in VS Code. Type it in, and then we'll find out if there is something special we ought to be doing. It's a straightforward process. How to use Live Server? Install the extension. Okay. And again, you can view the extension on the activity bar on the left or by pressing Command Shift X. So again, Windows interface is a little bit different, but this is what they mean by the activity bar. Here we use Control Shift X rather than Command Shift X. So if you're not getting something from me, go right into one of the free AI tools, and Gemini, I'm sure everybody's familiar with ChatGPT. So go into that or Gemini. And right now I'm using in Gemini Flash, which is the quick answers. It doesn't think too much, just gives you an answer. So for something basic like this, it should tell you exactly what needs to be done. Samantha, update me if you've got it working or you're still having a problem. All right. So on your own end, so this is for Jesse as well as Samantha, go into one of the AI agents and get the instructions step by step. And I want you to then follow those. So on my end, I'm gonna send it like the prompt that I used. So, and you can edit it for yours, but this is all I did on Mac or on Windows. If you're having trouble, Let me see if I can send it to everyone. And obviously adjust it for Windows or whatever environment that you're in. All right, we are at 7:25. We are going to take a 10-minute break and the class will continue at 7:35. Do not disconnect from Zoom. Just join at 7:35. I will be away from my computer. My microphone is going to be muted. When I come back, I will unmute it. All right, so we're going to continue and let me check messages. Ha, ha, ha. All right, so we're going to be moving on. Anyone who's having trouble, you'll have to wait. When I have so many students in the class, it's impossible for me to start helping students individually. This is one of the reasons I limit the number of students in the course so I can help people individually. I have too many students. If I start helping everybody individually, there's no way I'm going to be able to teach the material. These are real issues that I get into. I'm going to be moving on. If you are unable to, stay behind. Towards the end of the class, I'll set aside time and I will help you. But for right now, I do need to move on. So do not send me any more chat messages right now. So where we are right now, we created a very basic skeleton HTML page. Consists of HTML as a starting tag / HTML. Then we created two things. A head has a title in it, and the title is not like a heading. A title is actually this thing right here. What goes in the tab or what somebody is going to end up bookmarking. So please make sure that you understand title. This is H1. This is a heading of the first level. We have H1, H2. Again, right now, I don't want to get into that, just very basics. So we have a heading and then a paragraph. That's all. You should have been able to enter this. The text could be anything. I don't care. You saw me just go and copy from Queen's College website. Any text, anything. You should have a very basic website up and running on your local server in your browser. You should be able to see it. Okay, so this is sort of the starting point. Next, what we're going to do is I want everyone to open up a free account at GitHub. So if you're taking another course with me, like especially 341, you may already have a GitHub account, but if not, I want you to get one right now. So I'm going to go in here and I'll send you the URL and all that. Okay, so this is my GitHub account. I'm logged in to it. So you're going to go to github.com. I'm going to send the link to everybody. Hi. So I want you to go and set up a free account using your real email address and then make sure you verify your email address. You're going to be using GitHub throughout the semester. Do it right now. I'm going to give about 5 minutes. I'm going to be silent till 7:45. Make sure you set up a GitHub account now, a free one. Simple as that. All right, just raise your hands. Let me know how many people have successfully set up a GitHub account. Just show of hands that you have a GitHub account set up. If you don't, let me know what's happening, why you don't have it. Leave your hands raised. Do not lower them. What sort of an issue are you having? You can use any email. I don't care. College, personal, doesn't matter as long as you know how to access that email. If you can't do it, let me know right now what's going on. All right. You can lower your hands, and I'm going to be moving on. So, next step is when I am working on a project and what we're about to do, the next step creates problems. I'm telling you this right now. It's not something that goes smoothly every class. It creates problems. So I will go through it slowly, but expect problems. Hopefully, you won't have them. And you need to be able to do, again, what I'm telling you, open up an AI bot and put it in, look it up exactly the issue that you're having, and try to solve it on your own. So you will definitely need to try to do that if you get stuck at this particular point in time. If you already have a GitHub account, you don't need to do anything. So again, once you send me a message, do not send it to me again and again or say, hi, did you get it? No. I do not continuously monitor the chat window. I come to it periodically so I can teach. Then I come back, I look at it. So just sending a message once is enough. If for some reason I miss it, which is possible, then at the end of the class, ask me and I'll go over it. So we are going to be doing some stuff next in VS Code, which can create issues as far as GitHub is concerned. So first, watch what I am doing, but mine is going to be a little bit different than what's going to happen with yours. Okay. So because my configurations, a lot of the stuff is set up. So I have this page that I created. And again, in the Windows environment, I can go back and forth, just fairly simple stuff. So I want to send this code that I created to GitHub. It's a central repository. It's a whole bunch of things. But for right now, think of it as OneDrive or Google Drive. It's a place where I can send my code. So for me to send this code to my GitHub account, I use some built-in features like this thing right here. It says source control. And I'm going to click on that. Then again, you don't need to do anything. Watch, don't do anything. So I click on that. Then I'm going to say initialize repository. Then it's asking me for a message. And I'm just going to say initial. Anything I want. I can say anything I want. I'll just say initial. Then I'm going to be clicking on this thing called commit. Then it gives me the option to publish branch. I'm going to click on that. Then it asks me, do I want it to be private or public? And I want it to be public. And now it's going to try to publish it up there. and then it says successfully published, and saying, you want me to open it up on GitHub? And I'm going to say yes. So on GitHub, it's going to open up what I just created. And if you or anyone, because I made it public, wants to see what I have done, all you have to do is go to this URL. So I'm going to send this link to everybody. And even more important than the URL I sent to you is this one. The second one, make sure you save it. Because all the work I do, all of my work, you'll be able to see by just going to the second one. That is my GitHub account, QC Prof. Now, I have things which are public and which are private. So when I teach, I keep things public. My own projects, they're private. You won't be able to get into them. But anything that I'm teaching, like I just taught you this, if you miss a portion of the class, you want to go back and say, oh, what happened here? All you have to do is go to the GitHub account. You'll go right here. And this is the file I created, index.html. You go in there, and even if you missed it, you can just copy it. You can say copy and paste it into your. So it's fairly simple. If you fall behind, or if you want yours to look exactly like mine, you can go to my GitHub account. I will publish here during the class frequently, every few minutes, 5-10 minutes. So you can just go in here and copy it from here and paste it into your account if you're falling behind as far as typing is concerned. So first thing, I want all of you to go to my GitHub account and make sure you get to this page, index.html, and view it. Once you're able to do that, raise your hand. All right, you can lower your hands. Excellent. So by doing this, whatever work I'm doing, you're able to see it, access it. If you miss something, copy and paste it, whatever. Okay. So now the issue with GitHub, the initial setup in VS Code can become a headache. So I want to make sure that it doesn't become a headache. So don't do anything yet. I'm going to go through it with you step by step. So, and things might be a little different with Mac versus Windows, minor differences, but shouldn't be anything major because we're all working within VS Code. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to go to Gemini. And I'm going to say, help me configure VS Code to use GitHub. So this will be my initial prompt. And when, again, we're going to be using different models. When you're doing something that doesn't require a lot of thinking, something very basic, you want to use the 2.5 flash. This is fast, simple, quick. Once you start getting into something which is a little bit more complicated, you can use this one. And if you want to use this one, typically you have to pay for it. So right now I'm trying to avoid us having to pay for it. And all we're doing the 2.5 flash is fine. Similarly, I'm going to open up now ChatGPT. I'll go to DeepSeek first, okay? So DeepSeek is also excellent as an AI. So I'm going to close this one. Now, chat.deepseek.com. So I use this quite extensively, and it's basically free. They don't charge you anything. This is very good for certain tasks, not all the tasks. In particular, it's very good for styling, making your websites look good. But some of the other stuff, it's not that great. So this is your other choice that, again, we'll be using these throughout the semester. Next, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Okay. So now with ChatGPT, you have various models as well. Model 5, you probably do not want to use unless you're doing something more complicated, more extensive, because they don't give you unlimited amount of time on Model 5. So I would switch to one of the other models, not necessarily Model 5, maybe this one, or one of the other ones, okay? And legacy models, you can go with GPT-4o. I'm going to use this one. Again, why? Because you can use GPT-5, but you want to use it if you don't want to pay for it. You want to use it intelligently, only when you need it. So me, when I'm doing something which is not going to require too much expertise, simpler stuff, I will go with the cheaper or free model, basically. 5, they will give you a few hours, and then no, you have to subscribe, you have to pay for it. Okay, so I'm going to go into 4.0 model, which is the one generation older, and ask it the same question. And I'm not going to quite wait for an answer. So, and the last one that I'm likely to be using, well, let me just stick with these. So let me have it answer, and we will see what it tells me, what we need to do. So it's going through this. Go to https git-scm, download, install it for your computer, and then set up Git identity. Now this part is super important. You want to do this. Then install GitHub extension in VS Code. Not super important, but and then you're going to sign in and all of that. So what I'm going to do is let me go up to let me get all of this. Again, you can easily get it yourself, but what I'm going to do is save return as a PDF file. And I'll send it to everyone. So let me get to my chat. All right, so I've sent this to everyone. The most critical thing in here is, I'm going to go back step by step. The most critical thing in here for you to configure is make sure you have your credentials correctly. So yes, you gotta go download and install the software, follow the instructions, check if it's working, and git dash dash version. And how do you open up bash? I'll explain to you, so don't worry about that. But then you'll have to set up your identity. This part is super critical. Your full name, real name, and your email address, whatever email you're going to use, but one. Now, what do they mean by bash? And so you're going to download it, but then they say check the version by typing git dash dash version. So once you're in VS Code, like right now, this thing down here is what's called bash. How do you get to it? I'm going to first close it all out. I'm going to go into view terminal. Make sure you write this thing down. The terminal is what's called the bash. You're going to need this over and over again. I'll leave it up for a few minutes. So view terminal. I'm going to open it up. That's what's called bash, B-A-S-H. So you're going to see this all the time. It says bash. Bash just means go to your terminal. And in my case, I can copy the code and go to my bash, which is right here. I'm going to paste my code. And it tells me that I have git version 2.4.9, so on and so forth. You can see it. So you want to make sure you checked your git version. It doesn't have to be the same as mine, but if you get a version back, that means you're good to go. At least step one. And this is the part where students can mess up. So go slowly, go through the document carefully, follow it step by step, install Git, then set up your identity, then install the extension. This part is not super critical, but you can sign into GitHub. That's going to be important. Go through all these steps. You don't need to worry about step 5, okay? So if you can get up to step 4 or even up to this point, you're in pretty good shape. Step 2. Step 1 and step 2 are the most critical. And step 2, make sure you type it in exactly like this. That's where I have students have the most problem. Professor, it's not working. Why? They were not typing things in exactly like this. And raise your hand once you're done with step 2. As long as you're done with step 2, we really don't need to worry about anything else. Hmm. I'm going to take away my screen share for a few minutes, but I'm here if you message me. Hein, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Expand on, what does it not have? September 1? I'm not sure what that means. Um, if you're talking about a menu, you need to figure it out. VS Code has to have a menu. So you cannot tell me that there is no menu. Uh, it may be hidden, it may be on the side. Again, I'm not sure what your setup is, your particular computer, but this is an advanced level course. I expect students to know the basics of their own operating system, how it works. Um, Again, not asking for a lot, but basic things like being able to identify where your software menu is, you need to be able to do that. Not something I can really guide you. If you install VS Code um, and you see it, then there is a menu. There's no such thing as there's no menu. All right, do not send me screenshots of error messages. They are too small for me to be able to make out what they're saying. So tell me what type of an error, just explain to me. Okay, so if it's asking you to install something before installing Homebrew, make sure you do that. Follow the instructions. If it's telling you Git version is not recognized, you did not install it correctly, or you are typing something incorrectly. Make sure your typing is correct, or you need to go back and install it. Those of you who are done with at least step 2, raise your hands. Step 2 up to step 2 is the most critical part. Yeah, if you have to reboot your computer, that's fine. Just go ahead and do so. Just connect back to Zoom again once you're done. And Andrew, I need your full name. Last initial of D is not sufficient. Please log in with your full name. And Eli, are you using two separate accounts right now to log in? Let me know via chat. All right. If anybody is having any issues, this is the time to let me know. Otherwise, I'm ready to move on. You can lower your hands. All right. So next, I am. We are mostly done with what I wanted to do today. There's still things that we're going to be doing. Next week, I'm going to go full scale into HTML and CSS. The following week, which would be, I believe, let me just check, the 22nd. Actually, give me a minute. I'm going to share my screen after this. Let me double check on my calendar. Yep. So on the 29th of September, will be your first exam, and I'm going to go over what we are going to be doing in that before. So let me share my screen and go over the exam. So I'm going to just open up Word. So I'm going to call it Exam 1, which is basically your midterm, Part 1. This will be on September 29th. And it will be based on HTML and CSS website. We haven't done any CSS yet, but HTML and CSS website, it will be in class /live and you will have 2.5 hours. So this is what we're going to be doing next week. And there are a couple of things that we still have to do today. So I want to make sure that we are able to get it done. So for today, things that you should have done is installed Node.js. You're going to need all of these things. You should have installed VS Code. You should have installed live server extension for VS Code. You should have set up a GitHub account. You should have configured GitHub to work with VS Code. And this is sort of where we are right now. Next, I'm going to have you get a inexpensive domain name. So on your first exam, you will be creating a basic website pushing the code to GitHub. Then to Vercel, which we haven't done yet. Which will take us to your live website. Okay, so things that we have to do. We have 2 more things that I need to do today. We're going to get an inexpensive domain name, and I'm going to explain what that means. And you're going to set up a free account on Vercel. And I would say using your GitHub credentials. And I'll add one more thing, which we don't need right now, but I'll have you set it up. Free account on neon.tech using your GitHub credentials. Okay, so you're going to be setting up 2 more accounts. I'll go over this, but first, inexpensive domain name. And when I'm saying you can get one for $1 or $2 per year, not per month, per year. I don't care what the domain name is. Any domain name is fine. Okay, so where can you go? A couple of sites that I can give you. I would recommend going to this one. GoDaddy.com. This is one. There's another one. I think it's called Ionis. There are many out there. It doesn't matter too much, but I think there's IONOS. Okay, so that's another one. I'm gonna just copy this. I'll put it in my notes. Nope, it's not letting me just paste. It's IONOS.com. All of these sites, before you do anything, please make sure you listen to me before you start doing anything. All of these sites try to upsell you. Decline everything. Register for 1 year only. After 1 year, if you want to, it's fine. You can renew it. But for this course, register for 1 year only. Make it non-renewable. You can always renew if you want, but don't leave it on auto renew. Okay, so how would you go about searching for a domain name? I am gonna do this with you, and I'm gonna go into incognito mode. So in this particular case, I'm gonna just first go to GoDaddy. Okay, so I'm going to GoDaddy.com, GoDaddy, and the other one, Ionis, almost all of these. They really try to upsell you. They're trying to make money, but at the same time, you can buy a domain name for very little, like $1. Now, you have to search for it. I'm just going to make up a domain name and I'm going to just search for it. So, and again, don't necessarily try to use this accounting 343, and I'm just going to search for a domain name which has accounting 343. Okay, so yeah, it's there. It's telling me, yeah, you can have it. Answer is probably not. Maybe we can, who knows. They have .com, .net. So, but notice that they're saying 3-year term. You do not want to get anything with a 3-year term. So again, relax, do not rush on this one. But let's say I decide this is what I want. I'm going to click on it. And once I click on it, I decide, okay, this is the one I want to go with. They again are trying to add on, add on, add on. I don't want to get anything else. Okay, so this is the one I want. I'm going to add it to my shopping cart. Okay, now, and let me move this. Zoom is in my way. 1 second. Okay, so now that I have this one, I want to go to my cart. And that 1 cent becomes like 44. So first thing I do is, no, I don't want it for so many years. I only want it for 1 year. Okay, so then they are charging $12. If this is a domain you really want, $12 is not a big deal. Okay, then you can have it. But most likely, you can do better than $12. Typically, for my class, 99 cents to $2 is all you need for 1 year. It's not a monthly thing. So I'm going to go and look at ionus.com. And sometimes I can get a better deal from them. So in here, again, I'll just type in accounting 343. And see what they give me, but I only want 1 year. Okay, so they're saying introductory offer, 1 year, add to cart. So I'm gonna just add this to cart for right now. Then let's go to the cart. And so in addition to my domain name, they've added something else, domain guard. Do I need it? No, just get rid of it. You just want your basic domain. I'm gonna say go to cart. And anything else they try to sell you, email, you don't need it. Web hosting, you don't need it. Website, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. You just don't need it. So I'm going to click continue. Decline everything. Make sure that the term is 1 year. If they give you free private registration, fine, I'll take it. As long as the price is about $1 to $2, somewhere in that range, you're good. Then you can check out and pay for it. Okay. Now, I don't necessarily want you to get accounting 343. That's what ends up happening. A couple of students will use some creativity, come up with your own domain name, use your own name in there and see what you can find. There is no reason to be paying a lot of money for it. Again, this I can now buy for about $1. Maybe 10, 12 cents taxes on top, but really nothing more than that. So get a domain name right now. And I will tell you when I need information from you. Otherwise, when I'm asking you to do these things, you just do them. GitHub, you just set it up. You don't need to send me anything at this point in time. And raise your hand once you're done with domain. And what I'm going to do is send everybody the codes for Vercel and for neon.tech. And once you're done with that, we are done for today, and I'll stay behind to help students individually. So there is Vercel.com, and I would want everybody to set up an account over there. I'm gonna, so I'm going to send everybody through chat. Free account, that's all you need to do, nothing else. So Vercel.com, set up a free account. I'm sending it to everyone. And then you're going to also set up an account, free account at Neon. Once you have these free account and you have your domain name, nothing needs to be sent to me at this particular point in time. I don't care what your domain name is right now. I don't care what your GitHub username is right now. So you are responsible for all of these things. So I will tell you when I need it. It's not today. Once you're done, you can disconnect. Whoever needs help, stay behind, and I will help you individually. So I'm setting aside enough time right now that I'll be able to help you, guide you individually as needed. So, but once you're done, disconnect also unless you need help. This way I know how many students I have to deal with. And I'm stopping screen share, but I'm here to answer questions. Yeah, Jesse, hold on, and then I will be able to help you. So again, whoever needs help, send me messages right now. So everything you're doing is on personal. You're not doing any commercial project. Do not pay for anything. Everything is free. Okay, so Samantha, stay behind. Let me know now if you need help. I'm going to give everybody about a couple of minutes to let me know. After that, I work with students one-on-one. So everybody will be removed and I'll be helping students one-on-one. If you want to work on your own, you can, but it's better to do it now because I'm here. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will not be here. It's your choice. Dinson, it's your choice. I've already explained it. I'm not quite sure why you're putting another question mark to me. I've already explained. It's your choice. You can do it whenever you want. But if you get stuck tomorrow, I will not be able to help. That's the basic thing. So if there's a reason you're not doing it now, it's better do it now because I am here to help. Tomorrow, I will not be here to help. Your choice. All right, so I am gonna start helping students, and what I want you to do, I'm gonna start with Jesse. I need you to share your whole screen, and I'll tell you when. Okay, you're gonna share your whole screen. Make sure there's nothing on it that you don't want anyone else to see. Close it out. Only the stuff that you need help on. Leave that open, and everybody else, I'm going to be putting you in the waiting room, and you can, and I'll let you back in